everyone. Welcome to another episode of Off to the Races. I am so excited to be here with my partner in crime, Jonathan, the man of movies. How you doing?
What's up, Shawn? I am so ready to talk some award season again with you. So excited.
Yeah, me too. So today we're doing something a little bit different. If you haven't checked out our first episode, we kind of went over our very early predictions for the Oscar nominations. There will be a link to that video down below, so definitely check that out. But today we are going over the nominations for the Critics' Choice Awards and the Golden Globes. And these are definitely a big precursor to what we're going to see for the Oscars. They're definitely not a for sure thing if they get in here, right, John?
Definitely not a for sure thing, but it's good to know what the popular group of voters out there think about the films this year.
Exactly. So I think we should get started with the Critics' Choice Awards. And by the way, before we start, we have not seen these nominations yet, so we are going to be reacting in real time with you all. But before we start, John, do you have any predictions for the Critics' Choice Awards?
My predictions for the Critics' Choice Award is that every single movie is going to be nominated because that's what they're known for. They just love to nominate everything. The Critics' Choice is the safest bet award show because they love to just, for actor, for actress, for film, they just give it to everyone, nominate everyone. There has to be a winner. But when it comes to actual nomination, bro, I'm telling you, I can see everyone that we talked about in our episode 1 being nominated and more.
Yeah, there's definitely a good chance. The one thing about the Critics' Choice Awards that I really like is we're probably going to see some more like critical and audience darlings in here, that maybe some independent films that probably don't have a chance in the Oscar race, but we get to see them here. So it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, I'm expecting Coda, a lot of Coda.
I'm expecting maybe some Last Night in Soho love, some Mass, maybe some Pig. That would be awesome.
Let's get it.
So I'm hoping they don't do us dirty here. So
I'm excited to get into this, Shawn.
Okay, awesome. Let's get started.
All right.
Okay, so first up for the Critics' Choice Award nominations, we have Best Score. We have Nicholas Britell for Don't Look Up, Johnny Greenwood for The Power of the Dog, and also for Spencer. He's getting 2 nominations. Nathan Johnson for Nightmare Alley, and Hans Zimmer for Dune.
Okay, I mean, good on Greenwood for getting 2 nominations here. That's crazy.
Absolutely, and I love Greenwood's score for Power of the Dog and Hans Zimmer for Dune. I think those 2 are like for sure bets for the Oscars.
I can agree there. I haven't seen Don't Look Up and Nightmare Alley. I can't say much about those. For someone who's seen Don't Look Up, Shawn, do you think the score is...
I don't remember the score for Don't Look Up at all, to be completely honest. Whereas with The Power of the Dog and Dune, obviously you remember it. And I can see Nathan Johnson's score for Nightmare Alley being really good just for the type of film that it is, and Guillermo del Toro. So
yeah. Is this plot, is he scoring Nightmare Alley? Oh,
no,
wait, no, it says it right there. Yeah, Nathan Johnson.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's a new name for me, at least score-wise, so good for him. But yeah, I mean, these definitely make sense. The Don't Look Up, though, I really don't remember that score, but maybe I was just paying attention to how freaking random that movie is.
I still can't wait to see it because I feel like now that my expectations are tempered, I may enjoy it more than most people.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said in my review, like, it's a hot mess, but it's wildly entertaining.
That's awesome. That being said, Hans Zimmer seems to be the clear winner here. I think many people are loving that score for Dune. People love Hans Zimmer, and I think the score for Dune is the most memorable score all year.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And I do think with Johnny Greenwood, if he also goes to the Oscars and gets nominated twice, I think those 2 will kind of separate, and he'll have less of a chance to win because he's in 2 places.
So, you're not wrong there. I could see him canceling himself out, but I don't know if I see Spencer going all the way. to the Oscars, but I definitely see Power of the Dog.
Yeah.
I think that's Greenwood's best
It's the
chance.
better score for sure.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to get into Best Original Song. Nominees are Be Alive from King Richard,
Yep, that makes sense.
Dos Oruguitas from Encanto. And good thing you got the Spanish guy saying these nominees. Guns Go Bang from The Harder They Fall, Just Look Up from Don't Look Up, and No Time to Die from No Time to Die. Shawn, I have to say this. I haven't been hearing a lot of award consideration for The Harder They Fall, but they have an original song nominated. Do you remember this song? I haven't seen the film yet.
I do. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, definitely. I forget who does it, but I like the song. I don't remember the song from Don't Look Up. Did I even watch that movie? I was just so confused by that movie.
Was that Ariana Grande? Was that not her?
Oh yeah. No, okay. It's actually in the movie. It's and I do remember it now. It's Ariana Grande and Kid Cudi.
Oh, okay. So for you guys watching, we're on the Hollywood Reporter right now. They don't tell us who sang the song. They just tell us what movie it's from. So that's why we don't know who sang it. But I think, like you've seen it, so you say it's Ariana Grande.
Yeah, and it's actually in the movie, and they're like on stage performing it. So that might give them a bump just because they're in the movie. It's not just a credit song. So that could be. From what I remember, it's pretty good. But I just feel like Be Alive from King Richard is the number one here.
I see it. I like the song, but it's the fact that it's Beyonce. That is a humongous name. Name. You remember Elton John a couple years back?
Yeah.
It's Beyonce now. So that is why I also agree with you, Shawn. Billie Eilish, also a big name for No Time to Die. I don't really like the song too much.
I don't either at all. I think it's very bland and boring.
Yeah, but for me, dude, Dos Oruguitas from Encanto. I don't know if you've seen the film, Shawn. Have you?
No, not yet.
Well, that song, they have it in Spanish and in English. The lyrics are beautiful, and the song plays in one of the saddest moments of that film that will make anyone tear up. And it made me tear up. Lin-Manuel Miranda's lyrics in that song are wonderful, and I would love for it to win, but I do see Beyonce getting it.
Okay, next up is Best Foreign Language Film. And we have A Hero, Drive My Car, Flee, The Hand of God, and The Worst Person in the World. I've only seen 2 of these, so this one is going to be a little bit difficult. I've heard amazing things about A Hero and Drive My Car, and The Worst Person in the World. Those are the 3 I haven't seen, and those are the ones that I've heard the best things about. Flee is an animated documentary foreign film, so it could get into 3 categories, which is that would be quite interesting to see. It's a really, really good film. The story within it we've seen before in other films and other documentaries, so I don't think it's like groundbreaking. And then The Hand of God. I did not like this movie. It's Paolo Sorrentino. He did The Great Beauty, which won the Oscar a couple of years back, which is an amazing film. This one is just kind of pales in comparison to that, so don't really see that winning.
I really appreciate you taking a lot of the talking time there, Shawn, because I'm definitely out of my comfort zone here. I haven't seen any of these yet. I have heard of A Hero, I've heard of The Worst Person in the World, Hand of God, and Flee being the most I've heard about. So do you not think Flee has a chance here?
I don't.
Really?
I don't. And it's hard because I don't see it winning in documentary, and I don't see it winning in animated either. But for Best Foreign Language Film, I've just heard such great things about A Hero, Drive My Car, which is from Japan, and then The Worst Person in the World. I've just heard such great things. And these are coming out within the next month or so for everyone to see. So we'll definitely have a better gauge on that. But I don't see Flea winning here, but I might be wrong.
Guys, we're gonna be moving on now to Best Animated Feature, and the nominees for Critics' Choice is Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. I think these are the most predictable choices, and I think these are the 5 that are gonna make it till the end.
I would take out Raya and throw in Belle, just because the Oscars, I feel like they like to add that random anime or that random foreign animation feature. I feel like they always end up doing that. So I can see them
box trolls.
Or the box trolls, Laika, which, I mean, I love Laika. But yeah, that's the only one that's not a lock for a nomination, I feel like, for the Oscars.
Okay, so I wouldn't be against it, Sean, because I personally don't think Raya is too strong of an animated movie, but it seems that what I see from the other sort of award ceremonies that have passed, the smaller ones, that these 5 just repeat. And whenever I see videos of people predicting animated feature for upcoming award shows, these 5 repeat over and over and over again. That being said, I haven't seen Flea. I'm not too big on Raya, but the rest, the 3, oh, those are some great films, Sean. And I'm so happy that they made him, that they got in. That being said, I'm sure I know your pick, but what's your pick?
Mitchells versus the Machines.
I knew it.
Give it to me, please.
I knew it. It's such a great movie. It's such a great movie, but I don't see it happening, not because of personal reasons, because I love Mitchells and the Machines. It's in my top 10 of the year, but Encanto has the talk.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the one that came out most recently. Mitchell's came out God knows when, beginning way back there. I mean, I wish it was, gaining traction again, but it just came out too early in the year, so I definitely see it going to Encanto.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen, but I'm very excited to see it, and I hope I love it just as much as you.
No love for Luca, huh?
I mean, I love Luca.
Yeah, same.
I love it. Like, it's a great little movie compared to what Encanto looks like, and Flea, which is a documentary animated foreign feature, and The Mitchells versus Machines. Luca kind of just bumps down that list for me.
So you don't see Flea for best foreign? Could you see it maybe for animated?
Not with Encanto and The Mitchells versus the Machines. I might be wrong, but I just don't see it winning in any of the categories, unfortunately. But it's gonna get 3 nominations probably.
Yeah, I mean, good on Flea, right? That's enough. That's enough for me if I ever made a movie like that.
Right. Okay, next up we have Best Comedy. I forget that the Critics' Choice does this.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be interesting. Some of these I feel like we'll probably not see in the Oscars, but I mean, you never know. Okay, so Best Comedy, we have Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, Don't Look Up, Free Guy, The French Dispatch, and Licorice Pizza.
Oh my god, I'm so happy for Licorice Pizza. Yeah. It's weird that it's even in one of those subcategories like Best Comedy. But
I know, it is, definitely. And the thing is, because of how, Don't Look Up is just got such middling reviews, I mean, Licorice Pizza kind of has the win here no matter what, right?
Yes, I think Licorice Pizza is the one that's gonna win here because we haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be up there for Best Picture. Yeah. That's here for Best Comedy. So take that away, because it's a bit too predictable. Okay, take that away. What do you think about Free Guy? I think for me, well, I like Free Guy, and I was a bit shocked because I liked it so much. But Barbie Star is the one that I'm kind of like.
That is so out of left field. But then you think about it, it's like we get no good comedies nowadays. Like the comedy genre has just tanked. It's really in a bad place. So I mean, they had to put something. It's like they had to put music in for the Golden Globes, which we'll talk about in a bit. But it's kind of okay, here's this one movie with Kristen Wiig. We'll throw that in there.
I would have rather put Vacation Friends than Barb and Star.
It was definitely funnier than Barb and Star, in my opinion, at least.
But I'm happy Free Guy is in here. I quite like Free Guy. I quite like
too.
Free Guy.
I think it's in my top 20 films of the year right now. So
Yeah.
I had a great time with it. I was shocked. So definitely happy to see it here.
Guys, we're gonna move on now to best visual effects. The nominations are Dune, The Matrix Resurrections, Nightmare Alley, No Time to Die, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I haven't seen Nightmare Alley.
Right.
That would probably be the head scratcher of the bunch here. But
Yeah.
I kind of see it in the vein of a 1917 not only being nominated, but winning Best Visual Effects. It's how you can disguise the visual effects that people really look at. It's not necessarily the most visual effects, because Lion King, the remake, didn't win, and that was all visual effects. But then something like a 1917 that has like a burning building, but it's the way you use it in your story, the way that you disguise it, that you don't even think twice that is a burning building. So we haven't seen it, but Nightmare Alley could be that situation.
I definitely think if Dune wasn't here, then it would have a chance possibly. But for me, I see Dune sweeping every critical or every technical category everywhere. So I would be shocked if Dune did not win Best Visual Effects unless The Matrix just knocks it out of the park. But I just feel like it's almost too CGI overload that, like you said, they might go for something more like Nightmare Alley or No Time to Die, which kind of hides the fact that it is actual visual effects.
Your point there with The Matrix Resurrections is the same reason that I wouldn't go for Shang-Chi. CGI overload. And there is some great visual effects in Shang-Chi, especially in that bus sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And in the scaffolding sequence, really good visual effects there. But then you got the third act, which is an overload. It's video game-esque. I can see The Matrix Resurrections being that completely.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I definitely don't see either of those getting in. Like I said, it's Dune. It's Dune's to lose.
Yeah, I agree. It's Dune's to lose.
Okay, best hair and makeup. We have Cruella, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, House of Gucci, and Nightmare Alley.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I think this is House of Gucci's.
I think it's The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Oh, I love it. I love that we don't agree. Yes.
Yeah. They just changed her completely. And for me, House of Gucci was some of the makeup was kind of messy. Like when Jeremy Irons was dying, he literally looked like a corpse rather than he was like kind of dying. So some of the makeup for me was a little wonky for Gucci. So I see Eyes of Tammy Faye getting in here because of that Jessica Chastain transformation.
I wouldn't mind Eyes of Tammy Faye because that Jessica Chastain transformation is on another level. It's the very beginning shot of the movie is like this close up of her face, and it looks just like, it doesn't look like it looks like makeup. It's supposed to look like makeup, but It just doesn't look like Jessica Chastain.
Exactly.
So I can see it, Sean. But those are my two. Yeah. And I say House of Gucci for Jared Leto.
Yeah, I mean, that's another transformation once again. So I think we're kind of looking here like the battle of the transformations.
It's usually always the battle of the transformations when it's hairstyle and makeup.
Yeah, and I think both of them, what they did with Jared Leto was phenomenal. I mean, that did not look like Jared Leto. It did not look like Jessica Chastain. So it's going to be interesting to see who the Critics' Choice thought was better.
Yeah. Cruella is another one that I could see up there, but it's a good number 3, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I would say Cruella is number 3, but it's definitely going to be number 1 somewhere else.
Yes, it is. We'll get there. We'll get there soon, because the next one is costume design. Best costume design nominations, guys. We got. Oh man, they have the names. Oh no. I'm going to preface this by saying I am sorry if I botch any of these names. Jenny Bevan for Cruella. Louis Sequeira for Nightmare Alley. Paul Tazewell For West Side Story, Jacqueline West and Robert Morgan for Dune, and Janty Yates for House of Gucci. Best costume design. So Shawn, you said that Cruella was going to be number one somewhere else. Was it this?
Oh, 100%.
I agree. I agree completely with you here. Cruella has this. It had it the moment it came out.
Yeah, it did. I mean, the costume design here is just like, that's one of the things you remember from Cruella. It's like those insane costumes are so creative and so out there. And it has it in the bag.
Cruella has it in the bag. I would bet all my money on Cruella winning this.
Yeah. Okay, next up we have Best Editing. Okay, Sarah Brashar and Michael Kahn for West Side Story. Woo, this one's hard. Una ni Dunghil. That's gonna be so wrong. I know that's Irish. But Belfast. Andy Jurgensen for Licorice Pizza. Peter Sebaras for The Power of the Dog. And Joe Walker for Dune.
I like these a lot.
I do too. There's one that I'm kind of sad that's not in here, which is Tick Tick Boom. I think the editing in Tick Tick Boom is fantastic, and that also worries me for its best picture prospects. But let's talk about what is here.
Yeah. Licorice Pizza, haven't seen it, but I can see the rest. I can definitely see the rest. I think West Side Story, you haven't seen it yet, Shawn, correct?
Today, in a couple of hours.
So I think that West Side Story has some terrific editing, but as a film fan, there were moments that I kind of caught the break in continuity between some sequences.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. And that's coming, and you love the film, so
I love it. And it's less than a nitpick. That is less than a nitpick. But I just thought it was worth mentioning that it's up for best editing. But I even noticed some incontinuity errors.
Then that leads me to the fantastic editing in The Power of the Dog.
I just saw it yesterday. It's an amazing film, and the editing there is pristine.
Yeah.
But I do think it's Dune's.
I think that you're right. I think it's between The Power of the Dog and Dune.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I have nothing else to say. Once again, it's technical category. I definitely see Dune sweeping them, and this is another one for that I think it's gonna win.
Technical categories, man. Dune's
but Power of the Dog could sneak in there,
and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I'd be happy. Guys, we're gonna get into best production design now.
I love this.
Best production design. All these names.
I know, and they're not easy.
I already saw one that's so hard. We got Jim Clay, Claire Nia Richards for Belfast. We got Tamara Deverell and Shane View for Nightmare Alley. We got Adam Stockhausen and Rina D'Angelo for The French Dispatch. We got another Adam Stockhausen and Rina D'Angelo for West Side Story, a double nomination there.
Oh, interesting.
And then we got Patrice Vermette and Susanna Sipos for Dune.
Wow. I'm happy to see French Dispatch here, even though I haven't seen it. From the trailers, the production design just looks incredible. It's a Wes Anderson film. What else can you expect? This one's hard. I don't see Dune getting this one.
I don't see Belfast getting this one.
No, neither do I. I don't think of I mean, it definitely feels lived in. Belfast does. But when you think of like Nightmare Alley or The French Dispatch or West Side Story, I feel those are probably the top three here.
My personal choice is West Side Story.
The production design's really good.
Oh, Shawn, that movie is all production design. It's all production design. You're watching it tonight. Am I right?
Yes.
You will agree with me. I'm confident. I'm confident you will agree with me that this movie is production design, the movie.
So I trust you on that one.
So I see them. And what do you think about Stockhausen and D'Angelo double nominations?
I mean, it just goes to show you that they know what they're doing.
Jeez.
Uh, so yeah, that's. I mean, once again, there's always the worry of canceling each other out. But I mean, if you're saying West Side Story is production design the movie, then whew. Also Nightmare Alley. I mean, just from looking at the trailer, the production design looks incredible.
Mhm.
So that's another one that I feel like could definitely win.
These are great nods, Sean, but
Yeah.
I think West Side Story is a clear winner. And maybe
Okay.
some people may disagree because I know the love for Dune is out there, and we were just talking about it's got all the technical categories, and now we're contradicting ourselves right now.
Yeah.
By I'd say those are the two for me, but if those are the two for me, West Side Story's up here.
Right. Okay. Okay, so best cinematography. We have Bruno Del Bonnell, The Tragedy of Macbeth, Greg Fraser, Dune, Janusz Kaminski, West Side Story, Don Laustin, Nightmare Alley, Ari Wegner, The Power of the Dog, and Hans Zambarlukas, Belfast.
It just goes to show that awards voters love black and white films.
They do. Once again, we're not seeing any come on here, which also has black and white cinematography.
Yeah.
Which I think is just as impressive as the cinematography in Belfast.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there, Sean. I think Come On was able to do something so different with the cinematography that's not just plain black and white.
Yep.
I won't get into it because it's not nominated.
Yeah.
But we got Belfast and Tragedy of Macbeth. These are two black and white films. I don't know about Tragedy of Macbeth, bro. I know it's black and white, but from its trailers, like, I don't really think, like, cinematography, like, best cinematography, maybe, but between the black and white films, I'd give it to Belfast. Black and white films.
I did. When Tragedy of Macbeth first premiered at one of the festivals, I definitely heard a lot about the cinematography and people talking about it. But once again, I haven't seen it. I said this in our episode 1, our predictions for the Oscars. I don't see the Tragedy of Macbeth, even if it does get in for some nominations, I really don't see it winning anything unless it gets a huge surge later on. I don't know. To me, I feel like this is Dunes or The Power of the Dog.
Power of the Dog has some amazing cinematography, but I'll go back to what we were saying. Dune is sweeping the technical awards, and I think this is another one that it's Dune's to lose here. Yeah. Though I will say The Power of the Dog has some stellar cinematography. It could pull an upset. I wouldn't be upset, but it's Dune's, I think.
Yeah, this is very interesting. So we have for best editing, for best cinematography, and for best score, we have Dune versus Power of the Dog. Those are it's going to be interesting to see, you know, if people really love Dune as much as we think they do, and if they award it for its accomplishments.
We're going now to best adapted screenplay. And nominated in the best adapted screenplay category is Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter. We got Sian Heder for Coda, Tony Kushner for West Side Story, and we got John Spaihts, Denis Villeneuve, and Eric Roth for Dune.
Okay.
I like these. Obviously, if you've seen episode 1, I'm not the biggest Coda fan, but I said in the beginning of this episode, I see Coda here. I see a lot of Coda, and I think this is where it's gonna start.
Yeah, the Coda love is definitely starting here, which I'm personally excited for.
Yeah.
And John, neither me nor Dan had Dune in this category in our predictions, and here it is. It's still on Gold Derby, and in a lot of places, not a lot of people saw Dune getting in for adapted screenplay. Once again, this is just a precursor to the Oscars. This is not a for sure thing, but it definitely helps its chances in getting in here.
Your best friend this award season is getting people to talk about you.
Yeah.
And I think this is what's going to happen with Dune. Like you said, not a lot of people are predicting it in Gold Derby. The latest odds don't really have it up there. But your best friend is having someone talk about you and not stop talking about you. And here we are right now talking about it. And we're just going to keep that ball moving, I think. I think Dune is making it all the way up to the Academy Awards here.
I would definitely agree with you on that.
Uh,
Lost Daughter. Let's talk about Lost Daughter, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Very excited. I'm seeing it this week, so we'll
Nice.
see. But I'm personally really excited for Maggie Gyllenhaal. I love her. I think this one is becoming a lock.
Okay.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, because I predicted it for the Oscars, so I can definitely see it. For me, I'm just really excited that Maggie Gyllenhaal is getting this recognition, first time
Me
ever.
too.
I like it, and I enjoy when those moments happen during award season, and I hope she does continue it up to the end. We don't have Tragedy of Macbeth here.
I was just gonna say that, and that's where we're going to see. It's too close. I mean, is it exactly? I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but is it exactly Shakespeare's words, or have they tweaked it a little bit, or?
And so this is where I want to just touch on this a little bit as someone that loves West Side Story. Shawn, I've talked to you a little bit about this. It's the same narrative. It's the same narrative. The direction is what made West Side Story amazing. The remake, but it's the same narrative. So
Like the same lines and everything?
I mean, maybe not to a T, but yeah.
Whereas
And it's
the
here.
Tragedy of Macbeth, I feel like, is pretty much straightforward Shakespeare.
Yeah, maybe. But with that being said, it's Power of the Dog.
Yeah, I do. I definitely see none of these winning against Power of the Dog.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday again. I keep repeating myself, but it's because I really enjoyed this movie. This is getting it. I want it to get it.
Yeah, and the screenplay is so smart too, because like you said, it starts off slow and you don't really see where it's going, and then it builds and builds and builds, and it hits its crescendo by the end. And it's one of those that you go back to it, and then you get a whole different experience watching it again. And it's such a great screenplay, and I don't see Jane Campion right now winning director. So this is where they give it to her, is in the screenplay category.
Yeah.
Okay, best original screenplay. Paul Thomas Anderson, Licorice Pizza. Zach Balin, King Richard. Kenneth Branagh, Belfast. Adam McKay, David Sirota, Don't Look Up. And Aaron Sorkin, being the Ricardos.
Wow. Don't Look Up made it after not hate, but the mixed takes that it's getting.
Did they watch the movie?
Did they watch the movie? You said it's a mess, and usually when a movie's a mess, man, you can blame the director all you want, but it's a mess because the story's a mess.
Yeah, I stand by my thoughts on it. Like I said, I didn't hate the movie. I do think that the script is a mess. It goes off the rails. The comedy is all over the place. So this is a little confusing to me. I think this is just because they love Adam McKay.
I want to see what the Golden Globes have to say about being the Ricardos before I say what I think about it for its Oscar chances.
I just watched it last night.
Quick 2-second thoughts.
Yeah, I think it's a really good screenplay. I don't think it's the most focused screenplay. It's kind of jumping all over the place. In different like subplots and stuff. So it's definitely not Sorkin's best screenplay. I really liked the movie.
I think it's between Licorice Pizza and Belfast.
Okay.
But we don't know yet because we don't know what too many people think about Licorice Pizza yet.
Right.
So at this moment, as we're talking, the winner for me would be Belfast, but that's only because I haven't seen Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I check Gold Derby all the time. Licorice Pizza was way up here, and it's losing steam really quickly. I have a feeling once it comes out on Christmas Day, and it'll get another surge, and it'll go up in the ranks again. But I see Licorice Pizza winning here. I do.
I hope so, because I want to see it win.
Yeah, I want to see it win too, even though we haven't seen it yet.
What if it's the worst movie ever?
I know. Both of us hate it, and then we're like, what were we talking about?
I know. Don't Look Up should win.
Yeah, the Don't Look Up thing, I'm confused. I'm very upset that Mass is not here. I would have maybe even Pig being
That would have been nice.
Showing some, the Critics' Choice are really going. They're not being super creative here. We're not seeing any curveballs.
I agree. I completely agree. Let's move on over to Best Director, guys. Best Director. And the nominees are Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Guillermo del Toro for Nightmare Alley, Steven Spielberg for West Side Story, and Denis Villeneuve for Dune. I'm surprised Guillermo's here.
I am too. That was the one that I was not sure of. But they're doing 6 directors, so these are 6, right? Yeah. So whereas the Oscars are going to be 5, I see basically Guillermo del Toro being shut out, and then the rest of these are what we have for the Oscars.
Yeah. I think the director race this year, Sean, I know we talked in the first episode about wanting Denis Villeneuve to win, but I think this is a tight race.
With those 5, 100%. Maybe Kenneth Branagh's a little bit under, but between PTA, Jane Campion, Steven Spielberg, and Villeneuve, the 4 of them, I could see any of them winning right now.
Before I saw West Side Story this weekend, I would have just said, I'll put Steven Spielberg in there. He's not going to win. He's the established director that doesn't need the win, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Sean, the direction in West Side Story is what makes it a brand new film.
Right.
And that's why it's such a tight race now, thinking that, maybe Steven Spielberg. No, now Steven Spielberg is what I like to say. Now Steven Spielberg with the rest of these 5. This is my most excited category going up to the Oscars.
Mine too. This is awesome. This is going to be really exciting to see who comes out on top. And also, if we think about it, even though Spielberg, we think of him being this Oscar-nominated director and he doesn't need it and blah, blah, blah. It's been like 2 decades since he won Best Director, right?
Oh my God, has it been that long?
I'm pretty sure that's the last time he won. He's obviously been nominated, but since he's won, I think it's been that long, yeah.
Wow, I thought he won for The Terminal. I'm just kidding. I
was like, are you out of your damn mind? Okay, Best Acting Ensemble. I am so freaking happy that the Critics' Choice does this. I wish the Oscars did this.
I agree.
They need to bring this in there. I think it's yeah. So Best Acting Ensemble, we have Belfast, Don't Look Up, The Harder They Fall, Licorice Pizza, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story.
Wow, I love it. I like it. I haven't seen The Harder They Fall, though.
I love The Harder They Fall, and I love the ensemble. This is the definition of an ensemble movie, and why, there's not really one lead actor. It's like everyone comes together to create the film, and that's why I would love to see it win here. Don't Look Up is, to me, the obvious front runner just because it's all the big names in this crazy movie. I don't want it to win here.
I gotcha. So I guess that's where my question is for you, Sean, is do you think that the Critics' Choice would give the award to a movie that may not even be nominated for Best Picture?
I do. I think
really,
if you see The Harder They Fall, it exemplifies the Best Acting Ensemble category.
I like
and
that.
that's why they would give it to them, because Belfast, we're going to see them some of these actors show up in the other categories. Same thing with The Power of the Dog, and same thing with West Side Story, though I do think West Side Story has a better chance of winning this one. Licorice Pizza, I haven't seen it yet, but I feel like that's more of the 2 leads.
Yeah,
so that one confuses me a little bit, but I
think
I can see The Harder They Fall winning here, and I would love it.
Guys, we're gonna go into Best Young Actor / Actress. I like this one too. I like this one too.
Yeah.
Now, nominees are Jude Hill for Belfast, Cooper Hoffman for Licorice Pizza, Amelia Jones for Coda, Woody Norman for
Yes!
Come On,
Yes.
Sanaya Sidney for King Richard, and Rachel Zegler for West Side Story.
Okay.
I like this more than like the predictions we have for the Oscars.
I know. Oh my God, hearing Woody Norman's name. If you guys have not seen Come On yet, Woody Norman is so good in this film. I would love to see him get Best Supporting Actor nomination. Don't think it's going to happen.
We don't know, but I would love to see it as well. I think Woody Norman is probably my favorite here. Mm-hmm. And I know I talked a lot of shit on Rachel Zegler for West Side Story.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But I liked her, man. I liked her in the movie. It's like I said, she may be my favorite performance of the year, but I don't see it happening. Mm-hmm. Well, I did like her a lot, so maybe I'm changing my mind there. Sanaya Sidney for King Richard is actually one of my favorite supporting performances of the year. She played Venus Williams in King Richard.
Fantastic.
I agree completely. I would put her in a just regular supporting actress category. I thought she was that good.
Yeah.
Emilia Jones for Coda again, man.
So
not big on Coda.
Was amazing, and just I don't know. It's such a heartfelt performance. I love her.
What do you think about nepotism? Do you think maybe they'll give it to Cooper Hoffman because of him being Philip Seymour Hoffman's son?
I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't see it.
I feel like there's so much talk about Alana Haim in Licorice Pizza, whereas I don't hear as much about Cooper Hoffman, even though I hear, oh, he's really good. I don't hear these amazing things. So I don't see the nepotism happening here. And then Jude Hill in Belfast is also just, one of the he's shining actors in that film. So it's good to see him there. I want to see Woody Norman win. That's just me.
That's my choice, but he's not getting the talk, Sean. Zegler's getting the talk for me. And Jude Hill. Zegler and Jude Hill are the ones that people are talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we'll see. Come on, it really just is not being pushed as much as it should be, I feel like. But yeah, that's an exciting category nonetheless. I think all of them deserve an award, to be honest.
I liked it a lot. It was very exciting. I'm excited for this.
Okay, Best Supporting Actress. Please.
All right.
Okay, we have Katrina Balfe for Belfast. Okay. Ariana DeBose for West Side Story.
Let's go.
Ann Dowd for Mass.
All right.
Kirsten Dunst for The Power of the Dog.
There we go.
Anjanou Ellis for King Richard. And Rita Moreno for West Side Story. What is that?
Dude, Rita Moreno is a legend. I get it, but dude, no.
I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know.
I wouldn't, Sean. I wouldn't. She kind of plays the celebrity cameo of the film, and she's in 3 or 4 different scenes. And not that she's bad in them.
It's a glorified cameo.
It's a glorified cameo, Sean, and she's not bad in it by any means. And she is a legend. No, not Rita Moreno. I wouldn't put Rita Moreno here.
What about Ariana DeBose?
Oh, Sean. Oh, yes, with Flying Colors.
Okay, cool.
With Flying Colors, I think she was the strongest female performance of West Side Story.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I put her in here. So happy that Ann Dodd, finally Mass is getting love here, guys. Finally.
I'm so happy to see her there. Gosh darn it. Once again, we're seeing 6, whereas the Oscars do 5. I feel like if this was the 5 and they cut Rita Moreno out, she is a legend, she's amazing, but only because you're saying she's a glorified cameo, that 5 I would be very happy with.
But you know what, Sean? I made that face for Rita Moreno. But thinking about it now, I think that I would switch Anjanou Ellis and get her out of here, man. And I would put Rita Moreno over Anjanou Ellis.
Well, this is my problem, is I would rather see Sanaya Sidney in this category than Anjanou Ellis, because Sanaya Sidney had more screen time. Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused about the Anjanou Ellis. I know she's a beloved actress. She's been around for a long time. She's never gotten her dues. I don't see it for this, but I'm excited she's getting hype, and hopefully she'll be in more films and she can show her range and get more screen time in other films. So
yeah,
I'm still a little bit weird with the Anjanou Ellis thing. But Katrina Balfe, so happy to see her here as well. My favorite part of Belfast by far.
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst, favorite performance of hers ever. So this is exciting. I like these.
Now that I finally have seen Power of the Dog, Katrina Balfe, love you. Great performance. This is Kirsten Dunst's award.
I mean, it's such a good performance, right?
Absolutely. This is her award. I want Dunst to win this.
I want Dowd to win this. Dowd is so good. Sorry.
I love Dowd.
I
love Dowd. I don't see it happening. She's going to be the Glenn Close of this year's ceremony.
But it still, it still could happen. So I want to keep putting my positive energy out there for Anne. But if Kirsten did win, or Katrina, or Ariana DeBose, possibly, all of these are good performances.
Yeah. We're going to go now to Best Supporting Actor. I haven't even seen it. Because I'm hoping Woody Norman.
I'm hoping Woody Norman, too.
We got Jamie Dornan for Belfast.
Okay.
Kieran Hines for Belfast.
Oh, they did the double, the Belfast boys. Okay.
Troy Kotzer for Coda.
I called it. I knew that's happening. I told you.
I called it because Jared Leto for House of Gucci.
He did get it. Okay.
J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos. And Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog.
Oh, why is J.K. Simmons in there? I love J.K. Simmons. I love J.K. Simmons. But this is
I got you.
Confusing.
I've heard it.
It has a really, Being the Ricardos is a really good supporting cast, and they all get their own little times to shine, but it's a really small role.
Okay.
So that's the outlier there for me.
You must
so sad to not see Jason Isaacs in here.
Yes, but you got Troy Kotzer, man.
Once again, I was predicting Troy Kotzer. That he's not my favorite performance in that film. I would say it's Amelia Clarke and Marvin Matlin.
Amelia Jones, right?
Amelia Jones, yeah, sorry. Amelia Jones.
Yeah, it's funny because Jared Leto's getting shit on, and I predicted him for the Oscars, of course. This is Critics' Choice, but he's still being predicted for Critics' Choice.
Yeah.
And here it is. The Upside Down's going to be so happy.
He's going to be pissed. I do like his performance in the movie. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest. I'm interested to see if that goes into the Globes. The Globes love him. They gave him a Best Supporting nod for The Little Things, so he's probably going to be there too.
Jesus Christ, man. Belfast guys, we love you, but I think me and Shawn are going for Cody Smith-McPhee here.
100%, yeah.
Don't
you agree, John, now that you've seen the film, you couldn't see anybody else playing that role?
Nobody else could play that role. Cody Smith-McPhee could only play that role, and I think you downplayed it in episode 1 when you were like, because I said, do we agree that the supporting actor race is kind of weak? And you said, yeah, it is weak. I will disagree with you now, Shawn, because Cody Smith-McPhee, I thought, had a powerful performance in The Power of the Dog.
Yep, definitely agreed. Very layered performance. Yeah, I'm a little bummed about Jason Isaacs. That might not be happening now, but we'll see. We're still going.
Still going. Let's keep going.
Okay. Best Actress: Jessica Chastain, The Eyes of Tammy Faye; Olivia Colman, The Lost Daughter; Lady Gaga, House of Gucci; Alana Haim, Licorice Pizza; Nicole Kidman, Being the Ricardos; and Kristen Stewart for Spencer.
Shawn, Alana Haim has got to kill it in Licorice Pizza. She's nominated for actress for the critics, and not even for young actress like Cooper Hoffman was.
Yeah, I mean, once again, that's what I'm hearing Alana Haim's name a lot more than I'm hearing Cooper Hoffman. And you were right about the House of Gucci. They're not dropping House of Gucci just yet. I think I kind of counted that out too soon.
The Power of Gaga.
Yeah, The Power of Gaga. I'm happy once again. Those were my 2 favorite performances. I said it in my review in that film. So happy to see her there. No Rachel Zegler. So obviously they kind of relegated all of those younger performers in here besides Alana Haim. But Alana Haim is older than Cooper Hoffman, I think.
Okay, maybe. You may be right.
And then no Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers. We didn't see Parallel Mothers in foreign language, and now we're not seeing her in Best Actress, which people were predicting. So
Yeah.
is Parallel Mothers dead in the water?
I don't know, man. But Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, Kristen Stewart. Yeah. Yeah. There's not really any. There's no one here that's gonna beat the power of K-Stu this year.
Yeah. Oh, K-Stu. I like K-Stu.
Yeah, she has it in the bag. I mean, I don't know. It's so interesting because Spencer's really not getting love anywhere else. It didn't even get costume here, did it? I don't think it got costume. So, I mean, this is going to be the sole award. But we've seen that happen many times before. Like Meryl Streep for Iron Lady, Julianne Moore for Still Alice. So, I see that happening here for K-Stu.
Yeah, it happened with Renee Zellweger with Judy.
Judy, yeah.
Guys, we're going to get into Best Actor now. Jesus Christ. I just saw the first one.
Is it crazy?
It is Nicolas Cage for Pig. Nicolas Cage for Pig. That is crazy. Yes! That is crazy. That is crazy.
This is all I wanted.
Let's end here. Let's end here.
Oh my god. That is amazing.
Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage for Cyrano. Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom. Will Smith for King Richard. Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Okay, so those were the 5 that we were predicting, and then gosh, that nice little sprinkle on top with Nicolas Cage from Pig. Wow.
I
had Joaquin Phoenix for Come On, Come On. I wouldn't say that anymore now that I've seen it.
No love for Come On, Come On here, aside from Woody Norman.
Yeah.
I want to see Pig make it to the Oscars. I want to see Pig knock out Cyrano.
Yeah. And there is a possibility now that it's being thrown in here in the Critics' Choice, people are going to be visiting Pig or revisiting it and talking about it. I see it happening.
I think so too, Sean. I think I'm on board with you. I can see Nicolas Cage getting an Oscar nomination now for Pig.
Oh, that would just fill my heart with joy.
Dude, I don't know. There's just something in me that says it's going to happen.
I do too.
I think Cyrano's going to fall off.
Yeah, especially if the film is as like just kind of decent as people are saying it is.
Yeah.
And people, I mean, there is just an outpouring of love critically and from audiences for Pig. So, crossing my fingers.
So good, so good.
That was the best part of this.
Again, I've got to give this one to Will Smith. So here's the thing, though, Sean, because I know you like Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog was nominated for Best Ensemble. King Richard is Will Smith's movie. Do you think that's going to be a factor in that Will Smith is winning because he carried that whole movie?
It is definitely a factor.
Yeah. And that's what I see as well.
And Power of the Dog, going back to Ensemble, I don't see it winning for Ensemble just because I see it getting Kirsten Dunst and Cody Smith and, Benedict Cumberbatch. So I don't see it winning Ensemble. But you're right. It is Will Smith's movie, and this is his to lose.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, last but not least, we have Best Picture. Are you ready, John?
I'm not even going to look at my phone right now.
Okay. Belfast. Coda. Don't Look Up. Dune. King Richard. Licorice Pizza. Nightmare Alley. The Power of the Dog. Tick, Tick, Boom. West Side Story.
Oh, man, the predictable 10, right? Is it 10?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's predictable as hell. There's no real surprises there. Tick, Tick, Boom getting in, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Nightmare Alley, I had put that at the very bottom of my list. We're seeing it pop up in some things here, so it definitely has a chance. The Don't Look Up, once again, I mean, I'm interested to see what you think of the film. But I'm surprised it's getting so many nominations with the critics here because the critics didn't really love it all that much. So
no, yeah, completely. I get you there. Here's what I think, Sean. I think that when the Critics' Choice was voting for nominations, they were just voting for Don't Look Up because it's Adam McKay. People are saying it's probably going to be a big awards contender. They all voted for it as a Best Picture nomination. And then last week was when the reviews came out and people are like mixed on it. Do you think that that's why it's on here, because people are voting for it before they even saw it?
There is a possibility, and this does happen, especially like even with the Oscars. Like, people get all the screeners, they don't have time to watch them all, and then they kind of just vote with what everyone is saying. As sad as that is, there is a possibility, because Don't Look Up was one of, or it might be the last film to be screened for critics in the Oscar race. So we don't see Tragedy of Macbeth here, or Being the Ricardos, or Mass.
I think,
or Last Night in Soho.
There was no love at all for Last Night in Soho for the Critics Association. Now, I want to ask you, what do you think the critics, though, are going to vote for here? I kind of see Belfast, because it's like the feel-good film of the year, and I think that's mainly why I see Belfast winning this.
I feel like for the critics, I feel like Licorice Pizza has a really good chance.
I hope so. I really hope so. I just can't say much. We can't say much. Nobody's seen it. Well, some people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of stick with those 6: Belfast, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. I think those are all for sure to get nominated, and they all have a chance to win.
I agree. Completely. I am so excited to get to talk about Golden Globes. That Critics' Choice was a pretty fun time. I liked it.
I agree. I think this one's going to be a little bit more interesting, because the Golden Globes always like to throw some curveballs into the mix.
You mean a whole bunch of bullshit is what they like to do?
That's true. There's always kind of like a couple of head scratchers. So we have not seen these nominations yet. So we are going to be reacting in real time with you all for the Golden Globe nominations. Are you ready?
I'm ready, man. Golden Globes, I'm so iffy on Golden Globes, because with Critics' Choice, I understand they're not Oscars or anything, but I appreciate their opinions so much more than the Golden Globes. Golden Globes lets me down all the time.
They do, yeah, and it's less of a precursor, I feel like, to the Oscars. There's definitely like a chance for a lot of these to get in, but less so than the Critics' Choice ones. That's for sure.
That's it. That's what I would say.
Okay, let's get started with Best Animated Feature. We have Encanto. Is it Encanto or Encanto?
Man, you say it how you want it, Sean. But you gotta say it with 100%. Say it with your chest.
Encanto.
Oh.
We also have Flea. We have Luca. We have My Sunny Mad. And Raya and the Last Dragon. No Mitchell.
No way. I told you, this is a bunch of bull.
Dude, what the heck? No. That's
My Sunny Mad? I don't even know what that is.
M-A-A-D? It might be Made, it might be Mod. I have no idea. Totem Films, never heard of this movie. Not saying that it's not good, but Mitchell's versus the Machines is missing from here.
Take Raya out of here.
I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. I don't think this is how it's going to end up, though. I do think for the Oscars they'll cut Raya out and then they'll put something else in.
Oh yeah, no, I know, Sean, but it's just me just mad with the Golden Globes right now. Not off to a good start.
You literally just said they disappoint, and they did it with the first one.
Oh my god. I don't even want to talk about the rest, how disappointed I am right now. I love you, Encanto and Luca and stuff, but
yeah, I mean,
like Mitchell's
it
deserves to be recognized here.
Yeah, this is some bullshit.
Alrighty, guys, we are moving on to the Golden Globe nominations of Best Original Song. The nominees are Be Alive from King Richard, Dos Oruguitas from Encanto, Down to Joy from Belfast. The hell is that? Here I am, singing my way home from Respect. And
Ooh.
No Time to Die from No Time to Die. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I get it. I like Jennifer Hudson, but Respect it doesn't have my respect. None, I didn't like that movie at all. Anything about that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it. I know. I mean, people were talking about its Oscar chances. I feel like that's dead in the water now. But I mean, I could see it getting in here for the Oscars for Best Song at least. And then Down to Joy from Belfast, was that with the Critics' Choice?
Oh no, it wasn't with the Critics' Choice. I can't even hum you the song. I don't even know where that's coming
that
from.
one I don't know. What we're definitely missing is Ariana Grande and Kid Cudi from Don't Look Up here. I kind of was thinking that was a sure bet. So that's interesting.
I haven't heard the song or seen the movie again, but
the song's not amazing. But
so that's what I think, Sean. Like, is it missing?
I just think because of the name, the notoriety, I just feel like especially with Best Original Song, they really like the people with the big names. That's what they like to nominate.
No, especially with the Golden Globes, they love the notoriety here as well. Again, I do see Beyonce because it's Beyonce. Be Alive is a good song. I like Be Alive. I've listened to it a lot on Spotify. And No Time to Die seems to be a lock as well. But Sean, I'm telling you, those oruguitas will make you cry, man. That gets your heart. That gets your heart. You gotta watch it with the scene. Yeah. Don't listen to the song first. You could. It's still a good song, but watching it with the scene just kind of puts you in this world.
Yeah. And speaking of the name notoriety, though, I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda, he was behind the music for the movie, so there is some name notoriety there. So I mean, it could win. I definitely see it, but the name Beyonce, to me, it's just screaming, I win.
Too strong. Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. Jessica Chastain, Isa Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman, The Lost Daughter, Nicole Kidman, Being the Ricardos, Lady Gaga, House of Gucci, and Kristen Stewart, Spencer.
This is like the Oscar lineup.
Yep. I mean, but I'm curious to see who gets in for comedy musical.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that I'm curious who gets in for comedy musical. I'm sure Zegler's in there. For drama, we've predicted this already with part 1 and with episode 1. These are the choices that we predicted. Not a surprise. I'm not surprised here, Sean.
Yeah. No real surprises here besides, I mean, if we had any doubts on Lady Gaga getting in.
Sean, not only do I see that, I can see the Golden Globe giving her the win.
I mean, I can see the Golden Globes giving her the win. I don't see the Oscars doing it at all. But, I mean, I see them throwing a curveball in there and being like, Lady Gaga, you got a Golden Globe.
Jodie Foster won last year.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was
right? Cool. On to the next one, guys, which is Best Screenplay. So Golden Globes just does screenplay in general.
Yeah.
All right. Nominations are Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Adam McKay for Don't Look Up.
Oh, what?
And Aaron Sorkin for Being the Ricardos. We're missing a couple movies here. We're missing a couple films here. King Richard, no love for King Richard.
We're missing Maggie Gyllenhaal, The Lost Daughter.
West Side Story.
We're missing for Don't Look Up screenplay. This is bonkers to me.
They're probably gonna make it win too. Stupid.
No, I mean, I don't understand. The script is the problem with the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I know some people love this movie, but I do think the script is the problem, or that's where it starts. So this is crazy to me. This is some craziness. And Aaron Sorkin makes sense for Being the Ricardos because everyone loves an Aaron Sorkin screenplay.
I am a bit curious, though, as to who will win, though, because this has both adapted and original put together. We had Licorice Pizza and Power of the Dog as our top. Who will come out on top here?
Well, and then throw in Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. These top three anyone could win here. But if they give it to Don't Look Up, like, which I can see them doing, I just would be dumbfounded. Okay, Best Picture Foreign Language. We have Compartment Number 6. Have not even heard of this one. Drive My Car, Japan. This one seems like it's going to be a best bet for the Oscars.
Okay.
The Hand of God, Paolo Sorrentino again. Once again, I did not love that movie, but interesting to see it here. A Hero and Parallel Mothers.
Here's the love for Parallel Mothers.
Yep.
No love for Flea.
No love for Flea. Interesting.
No Flea. Parallel Mothers. Again, I've been hearing that it's good. I've been hearing rave reviews for it. The performance of Penelope Cruz and all that. I'm happy to see it here for that reason alone.
Yeah.
But it's also just out of my territory because I haven't seen these films.
Right, absolutely. I mean, that would be kind of interesting to see Parallel Mothers win here, just because it wasn't talked about or nominated at all in Critics' Choice. I see, once again, A Hero and Drive My Car have great word of mouth. Kind of surprised to see The Worst Person in the World not be here, and Compartment Number 6. I don't even know what to say about that. Never even heard of it.
I don't even know what that is. Compartment Number 6.
From Finland, Russia, and Germany.
Okay. Well, Hollywood Foreign Press.
Yep, that's an interesting one. Okay.
Guys, we're moving on to Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture. We got Katrina Balfe for Belfast. Ariana DeBose for West Side Story.
Okay.
Kirsten Dunst for The Power of the Dog. Anjanou Ellis for King Richard.
Yep.
And Ruth Negga for Passing.
Oh, whoa. No and Dowd, and then we put in Ruth Negga.
Dude, not just that. We put in Anjanou Ellis. But anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I know Anjanou Ellis is making it all season. She's gonna be making it all season. But
lock.
I haven't seen Passing.
I have. I saw it. I mean, a year ago at Sundance. I'm not a huge fan of the movie. Really, in general, Ruth Negga is definitely the best part of the movie. She's quite good in it. And I mean, there has been talk about her, but I feel like this one came and went without much talk. So I'm surprised to see it here. Okay, so next up for Golden Globes, Best Original Score, we have The French Dispatch, Alexander Desplat. Encanto, Jermaine Franco. The Power of the Dog, Johnny Greenwood. Parallel Mothers, Alberto Iglesias. And Dune, Hans Zimmer.
I think this is a classic case of the Hollywood Foreign Press putting in Parallel Mothers. I don't know if that says that the Oscars are going to put in Parallel Mothers or vote for it as much as they are. I mean, I'm happy to see it here nonetheless.
Yeah.
I do again see Hans Zimmer winning, like we said in part 1 with the Critics'
Johnny
Choice.
Greenwood, Power of the Dog. I feel like he's a really close second.
I can see it. Alexander Desplat's score in The French Dispatch is really good too. The critics didn't vote for it, but I really liked it. I'm a little surprised with Encanto because I liked Encanto's original songs. Well, let me take that back. I think Encanto has one really good original song, and its score is, I don't know, like upbeat Spanish type of score. Maybe that's why it even got in here. It's good. It's good, right? Like it's upbeat. It makes you want to dance, but
it seems that they're loving Encanto, so the chances for Encanto winning animated feature is even more so. Parallel Mothers, I'm surprised the critics kind of just left it out of the picture. I do actually see Parallel Mothers showing up somewhere within the Oscars, but I definitely think this is Dune and The Power of the Dog head to head. These are the two that one of them is going to win.
Absolutely agree. I think those are the two strongest ones.
Yep.
Next one we're going to, guys, is Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. We got Ben Affleck in The Tender Bar.
What? In The Tender Bar?
I haven't even seen that.
It's getting terrible review. Not terrible, but like not great. But same thing with Don't Look Up. So
They want to see J-Lo in there, man. They want to see J-Lo at the award ceremony.
That's crazy. Okay.
Jamie Dornan for Belfast.
Mm.
Kieran Hines for Belfast.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Kotzer for Coda.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog. No love for Woody Norman.
Yeah, I feel like that's a narrative that's just crumbling right in front of my eyes.
I agree, man. At this point, Sean, I think the Belfast Boys is a clear case of cancellation. They're going to cancel each other out.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is I don't think a lot of people saw Jamie Dornan getting into Best Supporting Actor, but we're seeing him get in both the critics and the Golden Globes. So I think there's a really good chance we see that for the Oscars, and then we see them canceling each other out for Cody Smith-McPhee to win. Okay, Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Once again, so we're going to have 10 in all for this. We have Leonardo DiCaprio, Don't Look Up, Peter Dinklage, Cyrano, Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom, Cooper Hoffman, Licorice Pizza, and Anthony Ramos, In the Heights.
Oh, In the Heights, love. What?
Thank you, Hollywood Foreign Press. At least you did something right.
I take back all the things I said.
I'm happy to see some In the Heights love here, definitely.
This is an interesting one.
It is.
Right off the bat, the first thing that comes to my head is, give this freaking award to Garfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hand it to him.
Especially since he's right in the middle of Best Actor right now, and because it's probably going to go to Will Smith, and if it doesn't, in a crazy shocker, it's going to go to Benedict. So he doesn't really have a chance at the Oscars, but to get a Golden Globe here, that would be great.
I see it happening.
Yeah.
I see it happening. Cooper Hoffman, we'll have to see how that goes. I like Anthony Ramos in the Heights. I like the recognition he gets there. He's not necessarily my pick for like Best Actor of the Year or anything like that. He was very serviceable in the movie.
Yeah.
What about Leo? You don't think Leo has a chance here?
I mean, they would give it to him for name recognition.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was the standout in the movie. I think if anyone was a standout in the movie, it was Cate Blanchett or Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
Those were the two. Like Leo kind of plays unhinged, which he has a couple of like big scenes where it's like, ah! But like for the most part, he wasn't the standout for me in the film.
Gotcha.
But once again, name recognition and Hollywood Foreign Press, they go hand in hand.
We're going to move on now to Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. The nominees are Mahershala Ali in Swan Song.
Oh, what?
Okay.
I just reviewed that movie.
You did. Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos.
Okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog. King Richard, Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington in The Tragedy of Macbeth. And that is it.
Interesting. Okay.
No pig.
Mahershala Ali is the big surprise. I'm super happy. Did not love the movie by any means, but I said, if you are going to watch this movie, watch it for Mahershala Ali doing two performances. It's a dual role. So he's fantastic in the movie. So really excited to see him get some dues here. Javier Bardem and Being the Ricardos, to me, is a surprise because I kind of, with the Golden Globes, are kind of weird when it comes to their genres. I was picturing Being the Ricardos being in comedy because there's a lot of comedy in the film.
Okay, I can see it. I can see that.
So I'm a little surprised they stuck it in drama. That's just my opinion. But Javier Bardem was great in the movie. So excited to see him get it there. Yeah.
I haven't seen Swan Song. I'm sure Ali is great in that film, but I wanted to see a pig nomination here, Sean. Yeah. I think Nicolas Cage can make it to the Oscars, but can't even make it for the Golden Globes.
Yeah, and that's out of 10 performances.
10 performances, Sean.
Yeah. But Mahershala Ali and Javier Bardem, I do not see getting Oscar love. But yeah, that does, even though once again, these are just precursors, that sucks that Cage isn't here. It really does suck. Okay, Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy.
Let's go.
Marion Cotillard, Annette.
Oh my god.
That's a crazy
What?
one.
I mean, I know there are people that they're going to be happy for that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very divisive film. Crazy. Whoa. Okay, Alana Haim, Licorice Pizza.
Nice.
Seeing more love for Alana. That's exciting. Jennifer Lawrence, Don't Look Up. Like I said, she's definitely, to me, the star of that movie. Emma Stone, Cruella.
I like that choice. Cruella is one of my favorite.
I like it too. I mean, we all know I was so against Emma Stone being Cruella until I saw the movie.
Yeah.
And she was really great. But I mean, I wish they threw in freaking Emma Thompson in the mix too if they're gonna give Cruella acting nods. Sorry, I'm getting too excited. And then Rachel Zegler, West Side Story.
I like this. I like this lineup, Sean. I've got to say, I think it's between the youngins here.
Alana and Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's between them two.
Yeah, I do too. Unless they want to do a Jennifer Lawrence for Don't Look Up because name notoriety. And I'm not going to lie, I would not hate it. I would not hate that one. Just because I thought Jennifer Lawrence was freaking hilarious in the movie. So I know I've been hating on Don't Look Up, so I'm being weird now by like saying she should win. I don't think she should win, but I wouldn't be upset. But yes, Rachel Zegler or Alana Haim. I definitely see those two.
I like Cruella. I
do too.
I'm happy.
This is when the Golden Globes gets fun. Like some randos are being thrown into the mix here.
Yeah. I know a lot of people would disagree with you about Jennifer Lawrence because I've heard some reviews of people trashing her, bro.
Really?
Dude, I've heard reviews of people trashing her. Not only her, but it goes around most of the cast. People just don't enjoy that movie.
Like I said, that movie is so all over the place, and it's like you either love it or you hate it, and I was randomly in the middle on it. But yeah, I mean, I could see it not winning anything, and I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah. No, but you're right on the money. Like we were saying, it's to the young ones here, and I'm happy for that. Yep. Zegler and Haim, I'm excited for that. Like it.
Yep, I do too. Okay.
We're gonna move to Best Director in a Motion Picture. Nominees are Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter.
What?
Yeah.
I love that, but they didn't give her a screenplay. They didn't do anything with the screenplay. Okay, sorry.
No, they do it. They do it sometimes, though. You know, so I'm not surprised there. I'm happy for Gyllenhaal here. Steven Spielberg for West Side Story, and Denis Villeneuve for Dune. We are missing Paul Thomas Anderson.
And holy crikey. Okay. Whoa. I love the Maggie Gyllenhaal edition. I'm not going to lie. Just because I love her personally, but I'm shocked no PTA.
I just think the Globes want to be different. Let's get Maggie Gyllenhaal here, her debut film.
Yeah.
Let's get her in here. Let's take out Paul Thomas Anderson. Nobody's seen Licorice Pizza yet.
No one's seen Lost Daughter yet. I mean, people have, but like not like the masses.
But Lost Daughter, people talk about its performances, its script, its direction more than they talk about anything about Licorice Pizza at this point in time.
I would disagree. I feel like I hear a lot of talk about Licorice Pizza. Definitely. It's in theaters right now. I don't think The Lost Daughter is even in theaters right now, is it?
Where is Licorice Pizza in theaters? I want to go see it.
It's in. I think it's in 6 theaters. Just New York and LA. So
yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna get down to our last 2 categories here. The Best Pictures. I'm gonna be telling you guys what is nominated for Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy. The nominations are Cyrano, Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, Tick, Tick, Boom, and West Side Story.
Yeah. All those are predictable.
Predictable, but the fight for me is between West Side Story and Licorice Pizza. One's a comedy, one's a musical.
Mm-hmm.
What is gonna get it? Could this be the precursor that we were talking about? Whoever wins this has a better chance going on to the Oscars, winning Best Picture.
That's a really good point because it just depends on when the Globes actually are. But say the Globe Awards are before voting is done for the Oscars. That's going to be interesting to see if that plays any part into Oscar voters picking who wins.
Maybe we shouldn't look at it too much, Sean. Maybe not. But if Licorice Pizza loses to West Side Story, I think that would be a really big deal moving forward.
It would definitely. Yeah.
I
think that's where the Golden Globes kind of really affect Oscars in that regard. So I mean, I could see either of them winning, and you're right, it's musical versus comedy, so that's also interesting.
Other than that, I'm happy to see Tick Tick Boom. I love that film.
I do.
It's a good number 3.
It is 100%.
In this category.
Yeah, don't see Cyrano, and I really don't see Don't Look Up. But who knows? Their Golden Globes are loving Don't Look Up. So
yeah. I wouldn't put it past them.
I wouldn't put it past them either. Okay, last but not least, we have Best Motion Picture Drama. Belfast, Coda, Dune, King Richard, and The Power of the Dog.
There's no love for Last Night in Soho.
No Last Night in Soho love. No Mask love.
That's it. I think. Do you think that's it, Sean? Do you think that's it for Soho?
I do think it's it for Soho, and I really do think that's it for Mass. Especially since Mass didn't get in for Best Original Screenplay for the critics. Coda, interesting that it's in drama and not musical comedy, because I feel like it has a lot of comedy and musical aspects to it. That's another thing, the Golden Globes kind of mixed those up. And then we're not seeing Being the Ricardos here, because they had it under drama. So interesting. No real surprises here, though.
No real surprises. I guess on my end, Sean, like I mentioned in part 1, is the love for Coda that I don't share.
Yeah.
But if I want to be safe, I would nominate it for Best Picture at the Oscars. I would.
Yeah.
That's the
I
safe
think
bet.
I think it's a safe bet for sure at this point in time. We're also not seeing Nightmare Alley or The Tragedy of Macbeth here. Wow. Once again, those are kind of the outliers here. So that's also interesting. But because Licorice Pizza is not in the running here in Best Motion Picture Drama, who do you think has the best chance here to win for the Globes?
We were talking about Licorice Pizza and West Side Story going head to head. For me, this is between Belfast and Power of the Dog.
Yep, absolutely. That's the fight here. And which one will win? I don't know.
I really don't know. If you added Licorice Pizza, I'd go, Licorice Pizza's gonna win, Licorice Pizza. But now you don't. You take it out of contention because it's drama. Belfast or Power of the Dog, talk about two compatible foes in a sense.
And they're loved pretty much universally when it comes to critics. I feel like audiences are liking Belfast a little bit more than they are Power of the Dog. I feel Power of the Dog's a little bit more divisive with audiences. I don't know. I mean, and then throw in Dune and King Richard into the mix.
No, I don't.
You don't see either of those two beating out?
No, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'd be shocked too, yeah.
But it's definitely Power of the Dog or Belfast. Ooh. Golden Globes, we talked a lot of shit about you in the beginning of this video, but I'll be honest, that ending, you ended it pretty good here.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting, especially in the motion picture category this year, because a lot of times the drama is stacked, and then when it comes to comedy musical, there's just a bunch of throwaways because there's not a lot of options. But this year, that's not the case. We got some great musicals, and we have Licorice Pizza for comedy. So this is definitely this is an exciting Best Picture race right now.
I think for once in a long while, Golden Globes may be a good precursor this year.
Possibly, yeah. And if say Licorice Pizza wins and Belfast wins here, or vice versa on any of those, we'll definitely see. We'll have a better idea of what's to come.
I'll end it with this. On my turn with this, I hope they do something crazy, like West Side Story wins.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see something crazy happen.
Let's not see something crazy like Don't Look Up win. Okay, let's not get too crazy. Okay, well, thank you so much, guys, for watching Off to the Races. We will be back very, very soon. We're going to have an updated predictions list for Oscars after we've seen most of these films. So I'm very excited to see you guys again. Jonathan, thank you so much for being on the show, and we'll see y'all next time. Take care.
This is looking to be a tight one, folks.